Oh, hello there. I'm so sorry I didn't hear you popping in. Welcome to the Seaside Spa. How are you today? Yes, it is rather hot out there, isn't it? You know, warmth can be something very soothing and comforting, but when it's so very hot outside, it can also feel a bit draining, can't it? Well, luckily, the sea gives us many gifts that can help with rejuvenation, soothing, cooling properties, and of course, healing as well. I'm glad you're here today. If you would like, I would love to give you a soothing, restoring treatment here with some of the gifts of the ocean. Of course. No, it's all right. You don't need an appointment. I think fate bringing you here to my door is enough of an appointment. I don't really believe in things like turning people away just because they didn't know what they needed at the time. But you're here now, and I would be happy to help you if you would like. Good. Now, here at the Seaside Spa, we do quite a few different things, just depending on what each person might need. Some people, we focus more on a cleansing facial spa. Sometimes it's more of a physical healing. Sometimes it's more of an emotional, spiritual healing. But in any case, we make sure that everyone leaves with exactly what they need. So, if you would like, I can start out just getting a sense for you, for where you are right now, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and we can determine what it is that you might need most. Good. Well, let me put these back for now, and then I will get some tools to give us an idea of where to start. Alright, now, if you'll allow me, I would like to just start out by getting a look at your face, your skin a little bit, to see where I would like to start. You see, the face is quite telling of how a person has been. Not just different issues and things that people might have with their face, as we all do, but it also shows signs of stress or wear or excessive tiredness, things like that. So I find that that's a good place to start, and then I'll be using a tool to look a bit closer at your aura and energy as well, okay? But if you'll allow, I'd like to just get rather close and take a good look at your skin. Alright, good. Just going to feel around a little, okay? Just to see what might be the best benefit for you today. Alright. Looks like you actually take rather nice care of your skin. That's very good. That is something that I have found land dwellers sometimes struggle with. You don't have the benefits of ocean water and the healing energies of the water spirits, like those of us who protect the seas and the rivers do. Elasticity is not too bad, actually. A little blemishes, perhaps, some sebum. That is perfectly normal this time of year with it being so hot and sunlight cools. So perhaps a nice cleansing there. Definitely seeing some darkness below the eyes here. going to use a little tool here. Just a little fluffy ball. It's just going to help me get a better idea, okay? Just hold nice and still for me. Okay. Sure. We'll do a bit of a nice, refreshing cleanser for the skin. Something not too intense. We don't want it to dry out your skin or anything like that, but something that will help to cleanse, but will also rejuvenate tired skin and feel nice and cooling and soothing to give you some relief from the heat of summer. Does that sound nice? Good, good. Yes, I think that's where we'll focus. For the skin at least. Definitely think we could benefit from some stress relief as well. Cleansing the spirit too. Good, good. Gives me a good idea of what type of ingredients we can use for your cleanser. Now, I would also like to use this, if you wouldn't mind. This is an Eventide wand. It is created by using enchanted seawater, collected directly at the time when the tide is neither in nor out, but even, balanced in the centre of its cycle, I suppose you could say. And it is wonderful at offering balance and also clarity and helping me see really where your energy is right now. So, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to just take a bit of a closer look at your aura with this. Alright, now for this you don't have to do anything, just if you would like to take a few deep breaths and try to stay nice and relaxed, it will be a bit easier for me to read your aura, but whatever you would like, okay? You'd like some deep breaths? Alright, why don't we do a few together? Breathe in nice and deep. And out. Good. Breathe in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good, good. Doing a wonderful job. You can keep breathing deeply if you would like, or just breathe naturally. Whatever is most comfortable for you, alright? I see. I think this summer, perhaps the heat of the day is not the only strain that you've been feeling, is it? Perhaps there's been something causing unusual levels of stress or worry. Tension in a relationship, perhaps, or stress at work, something of the sort. Okay, well, then we will focus today, I think, on gentle, relaxing, restoring, healing properties, alright? Just something to help you feel a bit more at ease, a bit more comfortable, and a bit more with inner sound good? Good, good. Yes, I think that would be excellent. Well, let's start out with some nice, soothing and refreshing facial treatments, and then we'll move on to some energy healing too. Okay. I'm going to need to grab a few different ingredients to make the perfect mixture just for you. Should be a good base, I think. There we are. These beautiful little crystals here are called Moonfoam Quartz. They are formed when moonlight touches the crest of ocean waves. Beautiful, translucent, shimmering blue stones there. And they are excellent at reducing swelling in the face, soothing any sort of inflammation, having a nice cooling effect. And they can also help to ease restless thoughts. So I think for your cleanser, we'll use this water as the base. It's been infused with the power of the Moonfoam Quartz. Should be quite effective, I think. Good. Just get a little bit of that in our little dish here. Should be a nice base. This is a very special type of sea salt called salt of the sleep current. Now, salt in a cleanser is wonderful at giving a nice gentle exfoliation and cleansing any sort of impurities from the face. But this sea salt was harvested from calm tropical tide waters. It gently dissolves in water, and it is wonderful to relax the body and calm any sort of intrusive thoughts, anything that may be harmful or untrue. So mixing a bit of this into your cleanser, I think would be a very nice blend. I'll just take a little spoonful of this. There we are. Just mix that right in there. Good. It's already starting to dissolve, giving us a lovely colour there. It will continue to dissolve as we add other ingredients as well. Good. Next, I think we need some Serenelle Pearls. these are some of my favourite ingredients to add into facial treatments. These are called Serenelle Pearls. When I open the jar, you're going to hear that they emit a very gentle, melodic sound. It's a lovely, soothing vibration that is said to help soothe grief in any of its forms. Now, grief, of course, can come from losing a person, someone who is close to us, but we can also grieve the loss of a friendship, the loss of innocence, perhaps, or the loss of a period of our lives that we wish we could get back. Sometimes grief is cold and hard. Sometimes it's soft and longing. Sometimes it's angry. Sometimes it's sad. But either way, grief is something that is natural to be felt, needs to be felt in certain circumstances, but we can't dwell in our grief forever. So these are a wonderful way to help soothe anything that might be weighing on your soul. Now, listen closely. Gentle, soothing sound. I've heard that it sounds a little different to every person. I hope it's a sound that is soothing to you. Good. I'm very glad to hear it. Beautiful little pearls here. There we are. Pick out a nice one for you. No, not that one. I think for you. Yes, I like this one. There we are. Don't worry, you may not hear the vibrations from the one pearl once the jar is closed, but the soothing, gentle nature will continue, even if it is very, very soft. This one next, I think. This is another lovely ingredient for encouraging inner peace. This is Glimmerbay Silt. This is collected very carefully from moonlit tide pools, from just skimming the surface of the sand and collecting this beautiful silt. Now this is wonderful for encouraging tranquility. It carries with it the tranquility of the night and also the restorative, calming, protected aura of beautiful tide pools. Little homes all on their own. lovely little environment to foster all kinds of life and growth. So I think I need a bit of this too. You can see the shimmer from the moonlight captured just the right moment. Right. Get a nice little spoonful of that. Add some tranquility. There we go. There. That should be a nice blend there, I think. You can already start to hear it work. This will be a wonderful treatment. I think it will really help you feel nice and restored. Now, what would a nice relaxing treatment be without some lavender? This one is not particularly a gift from the sea, though this is grown in a beautiful seaside village, very quiet and serene. Lavender, as I'm sure you know, is a wonderful herb for relaxation, soothing the mind, healing the body as well. It can help with peaceful sleep. It can have a lovely cooling or refreshing effect on a person. So I'll add a little bit of this too. Give that a nice smell. It's nice and fresh. I make sure all of my herbs and things that I use are nice and fresh. It has a beautiful floral scent to it. Not too strong, just lovely and soothing. So add a bit of that to your cleanser as well, okay? There we are. Perfect. This will be a wonderful treatment to just cleanse the skin and cleanse the soul a little bit too of anything that feels too heavy, too hot these very warm days. Alright, then just one more ingredient, I think. Just one little drop of this. Not too much, of course. This is pure, undistilled Siren's tears. A very powerful ingredient that, if used incorrectly, can have dire effects. Don't worry, we're just going to use one single drop. You see, the song of a siren, as I'm sure you know, can be quite dangerous to sailors, to anyone really who traverses the sea and gets too close to their lair. Their songs weave tales and illusions of love, of longing, and they draw in unsuspecting sailors to their doom. But not using their song, just using one little tear from a siren can add a beautiful balance to a soothing, restoring mixture with just adding a little bit of passion, a little bit of longing. Not so much that it's going to cause you to be melancholic or wistful or anything like that, but enough to just give you a little burst of passion, something to look forward to, something to strive for in your days ahead. Sometimes when we feel so weighed down, it can be difficult to see the future as something positive, as something to look forward to instead of something to fear or dread. But one single drop of Siren's tears can add just that little bit of passion and love to keep you moving forward. Not too much, but just one little drop. There we are. That's all it needs. Perfect. I think that is just about ready. Alright, now I'm just going to put this cleanser on my little brush here. And then we'll adhere it to your face, alright? Now this brush is a little bit firm, not so firm that it will be uncomfortable, but it has a bit of firmness to it so that we can really exfoliate and cleanse as we need to, while still being comfortable. Right, now hold nice and still for me. Just going to apply that to the face. And then we'll rub it in just a little bit with our nice firm brush here. Does that feel comfortable? Is it alright? Okay, good. I can switch to a bit of a softer brush if you would like, but this brush has that nice little added exfoliation. Make sure that we get the full benefit and really release that which needs to be released. Good. Now, close your eyes. I'm going to be getting on your eyes, of course, but just sort of down the centre of the face. There we go. Right, a bit more cleanser here. There we go. Is that still feeling alright? Good. Should be nice and refreshing and cooling and soothing. The sea has so many wonderful gifts she can offer us, if you know how to ask. There we are. Good, good. That certainly looks like it has helped to cleanse and release that which needed it. Right. I'm going to take this nice soft cloth here and just remove the cleanser and any of those impurities with it, okay? Alright. You can close your eyes if you would like, but I'll be careful not to get your eyes. Okay. removing that cleanser to reveal the lovely, fresh, clean skin underneath. Excellent. Lovely. That is looking very, very nice cleansed. How are you feeling? Good, good. Now, if you would like, we'll move on to a lovely elixir that will help to moisturize the face. Not too heavy, just a nice, light, gentle moisturizer that will help to refresh as well. Right, good, good. This is my Tideveil Elixir. It's made from all kinds of lovely ingredients from the sea. It's said to carry with it the comfort of homecoming after a long journey and safe harbours where you know that the dangers have passed. The sea can be a wonderful gift if you don't know how to navigate it or how to protect yourself from it, and you're not of the watery nature like I am. It can of course be dangerous, but something about a safe harbour at the end of a long journey, so soothing and gentle. It offers comfort. It offers the promise of a warm embrace from those that you had to leave behind as you journeyed, or perhaps the promise of a new connection. You never know. So we'll use a little bit of this. I'm going to put it just on my hands. I will apply this to the face of it. There we are. You don't need much. It's a very powerful elixir. Alright, there we are. Just going to very gently perfect. Now I'm going to get a little tool to give you a nice cooling, refreshing massage as well. These are my Tideglass Spheres. They're blown from enchanted underwater glass, and they hold in them the hush of the deep sea currents, normally not seen by land dwellers and mortals, but they are a wonderful tool to help soothe the skin and the spirit. They're naturally cool to the touch, smooth and soft. They're wonderful at helping with the circulation in the face and also just a lovely soothing presence. So if you would like, I could use these and just roll them gently along your face. Right, good, good. Just going going to start here yes, they are quite nice. This is one of my favourite tools to use, especially on a hot day in the midst of a scalding summer. Good, good. Just going to work around the face a bit here. Looks like it's already helping to relax you a bit more. Nothing like a gentle massage to help soothe the body and also the mind. How does that feel? Good, good. I'm so very glad. Now, we've already incorporated a bit of calming and soothing elements to help relax the spirit as well. But if you would like, I could also use a crystal or two to help just refresh and cleanse and focus your energy as well, so that you can carry this soothing, refreshing feeling with you throughout the rest of your day and into the future. Right, good, good. I think we'll start with a lovely selenite wand. This one, as you can see, has been carved into a beautiful spiral there. A lovely shape that reminds us that we are always changing. The world is always turning, and us along with it. A spiral that never ends reminds us of our place in the world, in the bigger picture. Sometimes we might feel very small and insignificant, I understand, but it's all of those small people together that can make the biggest of impacts. Our lives and the story of this world are forever journeying onward. And this lovely spiral can help to focus our energy and also remind us of the bigger picture. Now, selenite is a wonderful crystal as well. It's, well, in the ancient tongue, it means stone of the moon. You can see it catches the light. It looks like you're holding a little shard of moonlight right in your hand. And it's a perfect crystal for cleansing and refreshing the energy. The moon carries with it a sense of magic and also a sense of purity. And a selenite wand, especially a spiral wand, is wonderful for taking away any sort of heavy or stagnant energy and helping you move forward with clarity and peace. So I'm just going to take this crystal and pass it over your aura, your energy here, and just help to break up anything that feels a bit stagnant or heavy, and then extract some of that negativity, alright? Okay, so So starting out, I'm just going to pass it over you. If you would like, you can watch the crystal, but you can also just let the soothing energy of the selenite spiral just wash over you. You can see how it catches the light just beautifully. Go across, 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 down, 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 up, 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 across, 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 down, 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 up, up. Good, good. Alright, now I'm going to start pulling out some of that energy, alright? The energy that doesn't suit you anymore. Whether it's stress, whether it's grief, or a longing. Anything that feels like it's holding you back, instead of helping you move forward on the spiral journey of your life. Sometimes energy is not necessarily negative or positive. Sometimes it just gets a little stuck. Things like sadness and grief are a normal part of life. It's important to not try to shut those out and never feel them. But we don't want to dwell on them so much that it makes us forget feelings like joy, peace. So sometimes we just need to help that energy move along on its own path into your life to help you feel and process and heal, and then out so that it doesn't bother you any longer than it should. It's all about balance, really. Emotions that people call negative are not always negative per se. They can be important. We just don't want them to overpower and stick around so long that they end up doing more harm than good. Let yourself feel, and then let yourself heal. That's what I always say. Like the tides of the ocean, constantly pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling, in and out, in and out. Everything has its time and its place. It keeps moving us towards where we need to go. Good. Alright. I think that's gotten rid of some of that heavier energy. Worked to unstick some of that more stagnant energy that wasn't serving you anymore. Good, good. Right, I think we'll move on to our second crystal. This is one of my favourite crystals to use for healing, both physical and also emotional. This is blue apatite. You can see the beautiful striations on there, the different segmentations, all the lovely variations of blues and greens. It almost looks like the rippling sea. The sea after a storm, where the waves still ripple but not quite as intensely. The apatite is a beautiful stone for encouraging spiritual growth, clarity, healing, reducing stress, and promoting a sense of inner peace. This lovely stone, it's got a nice weight to it. It feels solid in the hand. And it's a beautiful, beautiful energy to it. So I'm just going to bring this in towards you and gift you some of that clarity, soothing energy here. If you'd like, you can take some nice deep breaths as I bring it in. And really absorb that beautiful crystal energy there. Good, 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 good. And a nice deep breath in. Good, 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 good. Now I'd like you to just follow the crystal with your eyes as I move it around, okay? This beautiful sea blue crystal, bringing you peace, growth, and healing, taking away things like anxiety and stress, and allowing you to move forward on your spiral, however you need to go. Good, good. Just follow that crystal with your eyes as I move it in and out, in and out, in and out, like the ever constant tides, the ever flowing waters that offer us peace, healing and rejuvenation. Good, good. Now, why don't you hold that for a moment? You can feel it's got a nice solid weight to it. Healing is not always linear, I suppose. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you take a step forward and then a step backward. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's alright. Healing is not always easy. In fact, it's never easy, I would say. But sometimes just having something solid in your life can help to ground you, to keep you moving in the right direction. Even if it's baby steps, a step forward is a step forward, no matter how big or small it is. It's a lovely stone. It's one of my favourites. Good. Well, I would say that you are looking much more relaxed and hopefully refreshed after your visit to our seaside spa. Good. I'm so very glad to hear it. I'm glad that fate brought you to my door today. Always happy to help, gift the blessings of the sea to those who need it. I hope that you move forward with inner peace, clarity, and a sense of purpose. Good. Well, if you ever need to come back, the seaside spa is always here, ready to help you feel refreshed, restored, cleansed, healed, and ready to face the day. Alright. Goodbye, my friend.